Locked down a neighborhood in Irvine, searching one home for the past 3 nights. Several different law enforcement agencies are out there, including the FBI. Good evening, everyone. I'm Carolyn Johnson. They first got there Monday after someone reported suspicious activity, and people who live there say they've been back every day since. NBC4's Darsha Phillips is live in Irvine with what we know tonight. Darsha.
Yeah, Carolyn, this is a gated community, and NBC4 got exclusive access inside. FBI agents are there overnight, and we're told technicians will be back at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning for day 4 of this investigation. Neighbor Monet Pasillas captured this video on her cell phone of at least a half a dozen FBI technicians in full hazmat suits entering a home on Cartwheel Drive inside of a gated community in Irvine. The Irvine police say that a landlord called to report suspicious circumstances at the home on Monday. When police arrived, officers found items in the home that required further evaluation. The Orange County Fire Authority responded with its hazmat unit, and shortly after, the FBI arrived and took the lead on the investigation.
A lot of FBI people, a lot of cars. They're investigating for sure.
Neighbors are concerned, and the FBI is being tight-lipped about its investigation.
And I tried to talk to one of the agents here, and he couldn't give me any response.
The FBI told NBC4 that its evidence response team and hazardous evidence response team is at the scene and that there is no threat to public safety. Irvine police say there have been no evacuations and there are no reports of anyone in custody. Now, neighbors that I spoke to say this all started when the house caught fire several days ago. NBC4 is still working to confirm that detail. Reporting live tonight from Irvine, I'm Darsha Phillips, NBC4 News.
Darsha, thank you. Breaking news from East LA now, where a 3-hour bomb squad investigation at the E-Line station just ended. This happened at the station on Pomona Boulevard. Detectives arrived around 7:30 after someone found a suspicious package there. No word what that package was, but crews eventually deemed it safe and left. And now to the latest on another federal investigation, this one involving LA Unified Superintendent Alberto Carvalho. FBI agents swarmed both his home in San Pedro and his office at district headquarters today. NBC4's Robert Kovacic joins us now with details. Robert.
Well, Carolyn, tonight the question is, where is Alberto Carvalho? He's got a big job. He's got a lot of responsibility. Running the LAUSD means he's in charge of the nation's second largest school district, and he's been doing it for the last 4 years. His tenure impressing the LAUSD board, who just last fall approved another 4 years. But we have not seen him all day or tonight, and we have not heard from him either.
Late tonight, silence in San Pedro from the superintendent of the Los Angeles Unified School District. It was here at Alberto Carvalho's home early this morning when agents went in and bags and suitcases were taken out. Those FBI search warrants must mean this is a felony investigation, since search warrants are not issued for a misdemeanor.
We heard the sirens going off, and then all of a sudden somebody said, "Stay in your house."
The FBI also searching district headquarters in downtown Los Angeles. The LAUSD writing, the district is cooperating with the investigation and we do not have further information. Carvalho's been the leader of the LAUSD since 2022 after a 14-year stint as superintendent of the Miami-Dade County Public Schools. And from Southern California to South Florida. NBC4 Investigates has learned agents combed through a home near Miami in relation to the same investigation, a home owned by a woman with ties to Carvalho. Property records show her name is Deborah Carr, and she told a bankruptcy court recently that she still owed a commission for closing a $6 million artificial intelligence software deal with the LAUSD. The bankruptcy case follows the collapse of that software company, which was owned by a woman who was indicted in 2024 on federal fraud charges in New York. The New York fraud case does not mention Carvalho, Deborah Carr, or anyone connected with the LAUSD.
Can you guys share any comment on what was taken from the home? No comment.
Back in San Pedro, FBI agents kept their mission under wraps. The FBI saying in a statement that the affidavit in support of the warrant has been sealed by the court, and we therefore have no further comment.
So, as to what this investigation is actually all about, we may not have a definitive answer anytime soon. The office of Mayor Bass making it clear they have no information about this, reminding us, quote, the LAUSD is an independent body not governed by the city of Los Angeles. But we do know, Carolyn, at this hour at least, no arrests have been announced. I'm Robert Kovacic. Let's go back to you.
All right, Robert, thank you. And new tonight at 11, concerning video captures this man spraying something, maybe bug spray, on his Santa Clarita roommate's food. Sheriff's deputies arrested the man last night. They're investigating this as a possible poisoning case. NBC4's Tracy Leong live in Santa Clarita now, where she spoke with those roommates. Tracy.
Yeah, Carolyn, the roommates say they've been sick for months and they believe they're being intentionally poisoned. They want him out of the home and held accountable.
Disturbing video provided to us by the landlord shows a man wearing a gas mask and a glove spraying an unknown liquid on his roommate's food in their Santa Clarita kitchen.
Vomiting, not being able to go to the bathroom, severe pains. I couldn't eat. I would throw it up. I mean, you name it, hot and cold sweats, just my skin was itchy.
David and Billy Hopper say they were experiencing mysterious symptoms and had no idea their roommate, Timothy Bradbury, was allegedly tampering with their food until they discovered these videos from October and December. Their other roommate, Robert Lay, owns the home and had set up cameras when he felt something might be off.
Don't feel great. I mean, you know, if I didn't know, I could have eaten that and gotten majorly sick.
We were in the ER. I was in the emergency room.
She couldn't walk. She couldn't even use her legs, and I had to pick her up, take her outside to the car, put her inside, and drive her to Henry Mayo.
The roommates alerted law enforcement of the alleged poisoning. On Tuesday, deputies with the Santa Clarita Valley Sheriff's Station tried to contact Bradbury at the home on Cedar Ridge Court, but he barricaded himself inside. Bradbury's family told deputies that Bradbury suffers from a mental health disability. The LA County sheriffs say after 2 hours, Bradbury surrendered and was detained. Investigators searched the home and say they found physical evidence related to the poisoning allegations.
I'm hoping that the justice system actually does something about it because, I mean, do I think he's going to change? I don't think he's going to change.
The roommates hoping Bradbury is held accountable for his actions and barred from the property because they no longer feel safe living under the same roof.
I just want to not be in fear anymore, not worry about being sick all the time. And I want him not to be able to do this to anyone else.
Bradbury was arrested on charges related to food poisoning with the intent to cause harm. Reporting live in Santa Clarita, Tracy Leong, NBC4 News.
Thank you, Tracy. Well, the death of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas is now being considered a murder, with the pop star David named as a suspect. That's according to newly released court documents. NBC4 Investigates was the first to break this story in September after the teenager was found dead in the trunk of a car owned by David. Investigative reporter Eric Leonard has more on these new developments.
Well, a court hearing in Texas has given us insight into this case that ordinarily we would never see here in Southern California. And that's because it's part of a secret grand jury investigation in LA into the teen's death. The documents we've seen say it's a murder case, that the pop singer is a suspect, and that the girl's remains were found in a horrific state. Grand jury subpoenas and documents filed in Texas show LA County prosecutors are investigating the death of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez as a murder. They say singer David, whose legal name is David Burke, is the target of the murder case. Rivas Hernandez's remains were found in September when the Tesla registered to Burke was impounded. The court records say Rivas Hernandez was found dismembered in the front trunk of the car, her remains in 2 different body bags. Rivas Hernandez was last seen alive in 2024, and law enforcement sources have told NBC4 Investigates they believe she died sometime in the spring of 2025. The reason this became public this week is because Burke's mother, father, and brother filed a legal challenge to the subpoenas for their testimony and tried unsuccessfully to get a judge in Texas to block the enforcement of the LA County court order. So this grand jury investigation has been something of an open secret in LA, with different witnesses called into testify about the case. But it wasn't until the release of these documents in Texas that we saw in black and white that not only is the case considered a murder, but that David Burke is considered a suspect. We should point out we've reached out to the person we believe is his defense lawyer over the last few months. We have yet to hear back. I'm investigative reporter Eric Leonard, NBC4 News.
A potential international crisis is unfolding following a deadly confrontation off the coast of Cuba. The Cuban Interior Ministry says 4 people were shot and killed and 6 others injured after Cuba's Border Patrol intercepted a speedboat in Cuban waters. They say the boat was registered in Florida. Cuban officials say passengers opened fire on Cuba's Border Patrol and officers fired back.
It's highly unusual to see shootouts in open sea like that. But we're going to find out. We're not going to base our conclusions on what they've told us.
The U.S. says it will conduct an independent investigation. And this comes as President Trump is amping up pressure on Cuba's communist regime, blocking virtually all oil shipments to the island. Let's take you outside right now. A live look at downtown Los Angeles this evening. And meteorologist David Bigger is here with a check of your first alert forecast. David.
And Carolyn, it's still in the 60s outside right now in some spots. And that's because we had yet another warm day across